Shalom, Salama, Siemi, Shalom. Greetings to all my Israelite brothers and sisters from around the world. Whether you're the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the house of Israel, or you're a Gentile grafted into the house under the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach. We welcome you this morning. This fine day of April 20th, for all those that hear the sound of my voice, can you dig it? Oh boy. Family, I am tired. I'm running myself ragged. I'm getting calls from folks in South Africa at midnight. My dog had issues, puppy issues. I was like, oh, I got off the call for QTUA, Quest Unite Africa. Then my puppy had issues. I was like, I just wanted to take a quick shower, get into this thing, and go from there. Well, Don P, unfortunately, it's not a Wild Wednesday. Today is Thursday, my man. You may still think it is Wednesday. No, it's Thursday. I know how you feel. I thought today was Friday. What is going on with this time? What? I'm running a little late this morning. Yeah, because of those factors. um and then when I get up, obviously I get into the computer. I gotta make sure I have the lessons plan. And Brother Orr and Brother Michael are calling me, and I'm like, all right, I gotta get this picked up. Hallelujah. No, Don P, we are feeling exactly how you are going, and that's okay, because that's why this is called Keep Pushing Through. That's why the Most High laid it on my heart to go to talk about keep pushing through. Because why? Because the enmity between the woman seed and the serpents is at a climax. And let me tell you this. You want to know what they're pushing? They're pushing another turn up summer that our people are going to be nice and primed for, because now they understand, look, these are, don't worry about what we've done on the stage of the real world. The problem is us. Do you all understand what's happening? Do you all realize the game that they're trying to play? And you know that the game that they're trying to play, they're losing badly, because all of the nations of the earth. Do you understand? They're saying, well, in about 6 months. Then it's, when they say 6 months, slice that by half, times it by half. Well, in that, in 90 days, slice that by half. In 2 weeks, slice that by half. Because you understand, they're trying to, this is our last stand against these folks. This is it. We're bringing back child labor laws because this is it. Shout out to 1619 Brood. This is the last stand that they have, and they know, well, forget trying to keep up with appearances. They already done figured this out. Crazy thing is that it's the people in the glass menagerie, the glass bowl, which is here in America. We're the only ones in the world that haven't figured this out. No matter how much you're protesting, doesn't matter how much you're singing kumbaya, it doesn't matter. They don't like us. It's an ancient hatred. It's an ancient enmity. We were always going to be here at this time because why? Because that's the stage that the Most High was setting for our departure. The statistics are dismal. They literally said that it's like 75% of African Americans are no longer homeowners or own their own property. It is abysmal. They're like, oh, these are the worst statistics, and they said ever. Y'all realize how bad that is when we got off the plantation? Our forefathers got off the plantation and they were buying land like crazy. Well, I'm getting this land, I'm getting that land, but then what ended up happening? Systematically, we were being taken away from our property first through the gun. Now it's through economic conditions. It's here, family. And at this rate, our people, they've seen the trap. They've seen the conditions, and guess what? They are saying, "Now forget this." Us trying to define the American dream is like them trying to define woke. We can't do it. We'll talk around in circles. What does the American dream mean for you as a black person? Well, for us, the American dream is, well, well, we got killed on that one. We got shot on that one. We got hung on that one. Yeah, we got redlined on that one. Well, for us, the American dream is, I know they're going to make a meme out of me. I know this is going to be viral. It's a little bit more complex for me to talk about the American dream and black folks. What does the American dream look like to us and define it? Go ahead, Boulay. Answer that question. Well, go ahead, brother Al Sharpton. Answer that question. Go ahead, brother Ben Crump. Well, the more people die, the more I get rich, and that's the American dream for me, at least. Exactly, Elsie the prodigal son. That's a trick question. You fooled me. Ha ha! I'm not taking that bait. Exactly. Imagine Egyptian asking Moses, "You live in the Egyptian dream. You helped to build the Egyptian dream. You're building the Egyptian dream. Now you can l- live it. Maybe on certain conditions, as long as you're not impeding. As long you get what I'm saying. All of these voluminous standards that don't mean anything other than thank you for your blood, sweat, and tears. You are still a servant. You are still a slave, no matter what framework is placed on how we elevate your status to control the other minions. Shout out to brother Yakoba. And his broadcast yesterday. It's the enmity. Doesn't mean that we get stopped, or we stop doing what the Most High is doing. What it means is that we continue to do His will, because any type of framing that they want to do is simply a gesture of the loss of control that they have. See, their biggest downfall, and we've said this plenty of times, their biggest downfall is when you try to treat the whole world like you tried to treat Judah. They're not under the curses. They weren't under the curses. So when they tried to act like, okay, well, we can treat them just as we treat these black folks here, these bywords here in America, have you noticed how that backfired? And it backfired pretty harshly. We're going to export this racism. We're going to export this westernization Well, you had colonialization, we have westernization, and it's gonna be bigger, it's gonna be better, it's gonna be huge. That's what their forefathers were saying. We're gonna have this thing. Remember they said this? They're literally talking about this. Mark my words, they're talking about this 4 or 5 years ago. Oh, this is gonna be a 1,000 year empire. And we're like, no, we're getting ready to hit that 400 years. Our time in captivity is going to be over, and it's going to be something different. Oh no, 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 no! We're going to be around for 1,000 years. I can't see it. I'm not expecting you to see it because why? Because the foolish can't discern trouble and they die. The righteous see trouble and they do what? And they plan. Paraphrasing Proverbs. Oh, we knew this storm was going to be their Katrina, Andrew, Hugo, whatever you want, all wrapped into one. And you know what they're mad at? They're mad that our mouths are the biggest weapons. They're mad that they can't control what we say. And as we continue to march towards this, do you see that the sting of the words from our mouth is becoming much harsher for them? And that sting, it's not lies, but it's the truth that they can't handle. It's the truth that they object to, that they have an awkward and demonic, demonstrative response that not only are we seeing, but the whole world sees. And the whole world has taken notice. Man, are we really dealing with these wicked people? If you didn't understand this, white people are running away from other white people. I don't know how else to explain it to you. That should be plain and clear. That was made plain and clear. Well, that's nice, Matt Fury, but explain to us how COINTELPRO and all the other things happened. Explain to us how redlining and Red Summer happened. So, yes, that happened because of your hand. So, don't think that you can throw stones anymore and hide your hands because you can still do it to us. But guess what? They don't believe you anymore. So, your dollar is still crashing, your God is still burning. Enjoy it because we all are. Their gods are burning. Their idols are burning and they're mad. I told y'all. They're listening to this and they're in horror. It's abject horror. How do we get around this? How do we plan for this? You know, everything that they're doing, it's like You see the failure over and over and over again. Because why? Because they know that the curses have turned on them. How come the black community? Well, talk to the FBI and talk to the CIA and get the FOIA requests. Those are called Freedom of Information Acts. Oh, and it's lovely. You can do an e-discovery and an e-search and say, what has the government done to destabilize the black community? And guess what? By law, this is awesome. By law, they have to disclose all the information to you. So, Matt Fury, you need to take that upon yourself to learn that because we already know it. We've already lived it. But now your masters are coming. Your slavery is literally on the horizon, and you can see it. That's why you're getting mad because you know exactly where you're going, and that hurts you all to understand it. Where are you going to run to? Not Europe, because they're turning their backs on you, like we had said. Where are you going to run to? Not China, because why? They're turning their backs on you, like we had said. You ain't going to go to South America. Why? They're sick of y'all. Look at Venezuela and look at Brazil. Africa, they're kicking folks out. Where are you going to run to? It's containment. You've all been contained. You've all been contained. The prison that was built for us will now have its permanent residence. For millennia. Who's going to trade with this country? Who's going to work this country? Y'all are so busy focusing on us that you didn't even look at your southern border. And now, in vague statements, the FBI has to admit, in vague statements, the FBI now has to admit that they have a third state, third nation actor that's, I don't know, causing sabotage in the United States. All I'm going to say is, Mr. Met, please read Jeremiah 15:51. Because your government sold you out. Your principality sold you out. Your gods sold you out. While they framed the narrative that it's black people doing this to you, and all the time, it was your own people. The Most High has a thing about poetic justice. And when I speak to the Gentiles that are righteous, they understand this. They understand what the Most High does in taking blind spots and putting those blind spots in the front of people. And what they end up doing is they run into the wall at 190 miles an hour. Nobody's going to ever get off the dollar. These countries are leaving the dollar like crazy. Listen, You know what's happening? These countries are playing Jenga with the dollar. They're playing Jenga, family. Let me just take my brick here. Let me take my brick there. Oh, look at you, UK. You made the dollar fall. No, no, it wasn't. It wasn't me. No, no. Because everybody's trying to take their bit before this thing crashes. And all they can do is just say every single day, the confidence is leaving. It's the full faith and confidence and keeping our Negroes in check. How is that going? Well, if we don't get our Negroes in check, then if they ring the door at someone's house, that gives them the right to start blasting. The whole world sees this and they've turned on you. You know, the funny thing is, just as we have been blind to the reality of things, they're now becoming even blinder to the reality of things. And it really is amazing to actually see. Their blindness causing such a great pitfall. And the nations are looking at this and they're wondering, how are they so dense? How are they so absurd? And all we've been saying is, well, we've been dealing with this for the last 400 years. And we told them that this is going to be their downfall for 3 years. And now their downfall is here. They had the pandemic. Now they have the financial pandemic, which is hitting this place even harder. We're gonna sanction y'all. Okay, that's fine because we're not using your money anyway. That's vanity. See, people see Met doesn't understand that that's vain imagination. That's Romans 1 and 21. And all he's doing is he's living up to the curses. Vain imagination, vain glory. See, what ended up happening was that those sanctions, when the other nations saw that, they didn't want to be played like that. You're messing with my own money, my own resources, my own minerals, and you're gonna quote unquote sanction me or delete me for any type of a harsh criticism. Then these nations, they fled. Hey, if we're so negative and everything else, then talk to Mexico and ask Mexico why they want to join BRICS. He won't say that, but that's okay. He comes to the platform. I'm sorry. We're not the dumb shuckum Negroes that people think that we are. You all made that. That was never us. You all tried to create that stigma. That was never us. But they don't want to go outside of the country and listen to their bywords. Oh no. You want to know why? Because I've seen it in action. I've witnessed it in action. And let me tell you, the frailty that they have is remarkable. They can't do it. Their psyche just gets obliterated. And that whole TDY trip with the criticism that that military member had, he was depressed. But they don't want to tell you what's happening outside the nation. They can't. If you hadn't noticed, communications has been either removed or suppressed. They don't want to tell you the US is in its own bubble, and that bubble's about to get popped. Where can I put my dollar at? Where can I, look, nobody wants to take your dollar, especially from them folks' hands. No, we're done building with you. We're done. You see Venezuela? We'll enjoy it because it's going to get worse than that. You're done. You see Sudan? Well, it's going to be worse than that. You see Romania back in the 80s, the 70s, 80s? Well, it's going to be worse than that. And they're licking their chops to do it. These nations have turned their backs. We all see it, we all recognize it, except for them. It's a crying shame. The Gentiles that I speak with, they know it. They see it's happening. They understand it's happening. But you don't turn from hero to zero overnight. The reality is, were they ever really heroes to begin with, quote unquote. I want to get in here. Hallelujah. I usually go to this one. Y'all have heard me say this before. I'm going to start here, Zechariah chapter 9. Starting at verse 9. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout out, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding upon an ass and upon a colt, the foal of an ass. And I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim and the horse from Jerusalem, and the battle bow shall be cut off, and he shall speak peace unto the heathen, and his dominion shall be from sea even to sea, and from the river even to the ends of the earth. As for thee also, listen, this is us. As for thee also by the blood of thy covenant, there's a blood we have. This is what they're jealous of. This is what they hate about us. I have sent forth thy prisoners out of the pit wherein there is no water. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. We have a hope. Even to today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. We're getting double for our trouble. When I have bent Judah for me and filled the bow with Ephraim and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. And Yahuwah shall be seen over them, and his arrow shall go forth as a lightning, and Yahuwah, our Elohim, shall blow the trumpet, and shall go with whirlwinds of the south. Yahuwah Sabaoth, the Lord of hosts, shall defend them, and they shall devour and subdue with sling stones, and they shall drink and make a noise as through wine, and they shall be filled like bowls and as the corners of the altars. And Yahuwah, their Elohim, shall save them in that day as the flock of his people, for they shall be as the stones of a crown, lifted up as an ensign upon his land. Did I say America? Upon his land. Did I say Europe? Upon his land. That's the land of Jacob. For how great is his goodness and how great is his beauty. Corn shall make the young men cheerful, and new wine the maids. Hallelujah. This is what they are mad about, and they see this coming. They are mad, mad, and mad. And because they're mad, oh, their fury is trying to go forth. But who are they mad at? Are they really mad at us or are they really mad at the Most High? I would argue that they are mad at the Most High. Because you want to know why? They are seeing their downfall. Our mouth is a sword, and they hate the truth. But you also know what? The Most High hates liars. So there's the enmity. We tell y'all the truth, y'all hate the truth. I don't know what to tell you. No, please lie to us. Please embellish us. Please, tell us how great we are. Please. And those days are over. Even our boule understand. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? See, a Bentley and a Rolls Royce is only as nice as when the people don't revolt. That's not saving them folks out in Paris. Please do not touch the Rolls Royce. S'il vous plaît, ne pas toucher mon Rolls Royce. Merci beaucoup. Je suis désolé. I'm sorry. Y'all don't even understand. Get caught up in this. It's only good until that first Molotov cocktail is thrown, and it'll be thrown by them, family. For us, it's like, all right, we already knew this was coming. Shut the door. Pop the popcorn while we have electricity, and let's watch this thing go down while the cable is working, or YouTube, or whoever. I doubt that they would play that on cable news. It's state controlled. Everything is fine. Financial markets are doing great. Boom, boom, boom. What was that outside? Oh, as you can tell, there's a lot of lightning and precipitation in the area. It's hailstones. There is not a cloud in the sky. What is that smoke? They will be telling you the biggest lies in the world. Because why? Look, if that's all you know how to do, then that's what you're going to do to the very end. They even have us. You understand? We'll even be singing a song about that. The Most High had already declared we're going to be singing a song about when we're coming out of Babylon. Excuse me. Their lies couldn't save them. We need help. This transition to slavery, it didn't go as we thought. So I'm gonna change this up, and for the sake of time, because I got to get some stuff done here. I have the link out if you want to come on in. I'm gonna limit you all to 3 minutes, and then I'll have closing, and I gotta put you in the back because I can't have you all go for an extra 30 minutes. So we can't just freestyle like that. So I'm gonna let you come on in. Right now, I'm gonna bring in Brother Michael from Tanzania. Shalom, brother from the continent.
Shalom, brother. How you doing?
Brother Michael, I'm doing better than how you were doing at that 8 o'clock Zoom meeting that we had.
Man, let me
Brother
tell you
Mike,
something, bro. And I was just calling in 'cause I'm trying to figure out what's going on over there, man, because I ain't had time to look at the news or nothing. I don't
yeah,
know what's going on over there. Shoots. I mean, once I get up, man, we hit the street making
yeah,
phone calls. You know.
exactly. That's all we got to do. Look, we got to stay focused. We got to keep moving.
Yeah, and I got in contact with Sister Betty Bent, son, Arthur, but he from what he was telling me, he's leaving out tomorrow, and they
Yes,
was taking care of their business and everything with some legal matters and things,
yes,
before they move and thing, which I understand. I knew good and well we weren't going to be able to get together because he got a whole lot going on. Plus he's getting ready to leave for tomorrow, and yeah. But other than that, man, phew, I went into the market today, right?
mm-hmm.
Man, and all I can say, I don't see no food shortages going on in Africa no time soon.
No,
I'm talking about when you walking about, man, you talking about big what do you call those bags? It's a certain material that those bags are made with that holds rice, beans, and different types of spices. I forgot the name of the bag, but
the
these bags are so.
sackcloth.
Yeah,
Is it
sackcloth.
sackcloth?
Is it sackcloth?
Yeah,
Is it
I think
sackcloth?
so. Yeah,
All right, all right, but it's a big bag. But man, just to see that piled up, and I mean, I was like, man, please,
yeah. Because what they do, they
Africa not
scoop it and
starving.
they put it in the plastic. Right? They weigh it. They have their little cups that are the scale for how they measure things, and they go about their business, and that's how they cook. They'll
But you
cook
know
their
what?
little
But you get a
soups,
whole
their
lot more at
beans.
the markets,
Oh,
and they
burlap.
be cooking that
Okay.
on the street. Burlap, all
Yeah.
right, and they be cooking that right there in some of the markets. They be cooking that food, and then and they be right there just doing that. When I say hustling,
Yes.
brother, I mean that's what they do every single day.
Hmm.
Not just like begging for money. They moving fruits and vegetables and spices in and out every single day, and they go to the garden to collect their stuff and bring it to sell it.
Yes, they
I
do.
seen a
They
few.
go. They go
I seen a
early,
few.
don't they? They go early, don't they?
Yes.
They go at the. They go before the sun is up, and then they trot that thing up on in here or up into those cities. Right? They clean it
hmm
on off, and then they get things moving.
In 12 hours, 12 hours. It's 12 hours of work is the norm. Then it
Yes.
reminded me when the Messiah said, "Are there not 12 hours in a day?" And when
Hmm.
I say they use that 12 hours of daylight for strictly for work.
For work, yeah, yeah, they're working now. Now they're working, then they'll do their prayers, and then they'll have their breaks and stuff
hmm
like that. They'll do that, but yeah, no, and then they'll the more you go on up, they'll have the banker's hours and stuff like that. So there's some Western adaptations. So let's people need let's
Yeah.
let's understand that. But the main thing that you see on out there is, when you're out on the streets, yeah, no, they're moving, right? They're
Yeah,
moving.
they
They're
move.
they're they're, they're making things happen. You know,
And you know
they'll
what,
they'll
Cares?
come up asking you, "Hey, do you need help or do you need a service?" And a lot of them
Mm-hmm.
are actually, they're it's not to con you or to hustle you. A lot of it is, "Look, let me be a help to you," because you just don't know, what when that person may say yes or say, "Hey, well, I need you to get this or I need you to get that." So
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to have their breakthrough also.
You know, one thing I would say, um, like the traffic here, man. There's not a lot of lights and there's not a lot of stop signs. And when I
Mm-mm.
say they flow, man, but you don't see the what do they call it? Street rage. What is that? Road rage
Yeah,
that we
road
see
rage
here in
now.
Chicago. I mean, in the United States. And I mean, but the way they move into traffic, the way they get out, they may
Yep.
honk their horn, bum 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 bum, but there ain't nobody
Hmm.
pulling up on the side, cursing nobody out. I mean,
No.
it seems like it's in disorder, but it's not in disorder. The way they move, I mean, man, if you really truly pay attention to it, that's what I started sitting in the back seat because their steering wheels is on the right. I was
Oh
on the
boy.
left.
Oh
Oh
boy.
man.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna be. Yeah, I'm not driving that. No, no, I ain't doing
Hey,
that. We're gonna have
Karis.
to. We're gonna have to have some major political muscle and some major political pull to change some things up with with their Department of
Hey,
Transportation.
bro, let
Hey,
me tell you,
we
man.
need to look. We doing this thing. We're gonna have some U.S. standards to this one. I'm just saying, or else when folks going in there, they're gonna have some major car accidents. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I was sitting in the front seat, so and I heard the car start up, so I'm grabbing the steering wheel. I'm like, I said, oh, man, I'm not driving. And then when I'm thinking that this guy's get too close, I'm up there hitting the floor like it's a brake. I said, I'm gonna sit in the back seat, man. I said, no.
Yeah,
And
you
then,
don't.
but I mean, but it but it flows, man. It really truly it just flows, and that's one thing I seen. I mean, it was like, no, they got this in order, and thing. That's how I look at it.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. So yeah, just so we've been doing a lot of great things on the ground. Things are moving over there on the continent. You know, so we've had some things that we've discussed internally with Quest Unite Africa. So we're moving, right. We're moving in the right direction because the Most High really has us moving in the right direction, whether we move, however we feel about it or not. Right. We're on a different mission. Right. And that's
Hmm.
okay because it's all for His glory. So you know um so yeah, so we're planning a trip for sometime next month. And so we got to get all of our things together. We got to get our resources in order. And now we're getting to we're contacting folks. We're writing grants as we speak. We're
And then,
reaching
yeah,
out
that's
to
gonna be pitiful.
companies as we speak.
Hmm. Yeah.
We're soliciting for donations of major construction equipment as we speak.
Mm.
So
Cares,
this thing
be
is
nice.
moving.
Cares, be nice.
No, that wasn't a slight to anybody. I'm just saying that's what we're doing.
Hmm. Yeah, it's happening, man, and it can't be
Yeah,
stopped. I mean, it is what it is, and it's just happening. Prophecies are being fulfilled, and I
exactly.
mean, it's not going to go back to Yah as if it's this is a wimp. Man, those days are long and gone. They gone. I mean, I ran up on something on redacted. I didn't too much have time to look at it. It was talking about who's that? Talking about somebody hating the United States. Was it? I don't know. It was France. I was just reading it and thing, but I mean I don't know. You heard of that?
Yeah, somebody had said like they told us like you need to listen to Redacted now. I was actually in a meeting, because
All
we're
right.
we're getting our IT on up to make it functional and usable, right? We're doing back end, so you all can kind of see how we're progressing in this, right? Because first and foremost, we need to get right equipment material, right? Those things. Tomorrow, brother Oral and I, we're looking at commercial commercial facilities. So this thing is really going through. It's picking up legs on the continent. Michael's is literally doing his part, and then here on the on this side of the water, brother Ola and I, we're knocking this thing on out. And I look at that, and here's the thing. I'm not here to cite anybody or it doesn't matter. Look, get feelings out of this. We're doing things how the Most High is doing it, and we're moving how the Most High is doing is allowing us to move, and that's unapologetically. I just thank the Most High that this
Mhm.
is what He wants me to do. Because you want to know what I'd be doing? I'd be on LinkedIn looking for jobs, doing this and doing that, looking to how am I going to sustain myself? How am I going to, make sure that I have enough to pay my bills? That's what I would do generally. But I'm not
Mm.
doing that because we don't have time for that. I need a job for
No, we
five,
don't.
6 months, Father. Thank you. And then I'll figure out the rest when,
I was
when they're
saying in the
intentionally going to
background,
crash
we
this
ain't got
thing.
time for that. I was saying in the background, we ain't got time for that. The wind is blowing in a different way. And that's why I'm awake, because we ain't got time for that. The wind is blowing in a different way, brother. So you and I were saying the same thing. I was just muted.
Yeah, no, it
Hmm.
exactly. And so the thing is that look, we were thinking, okay, well, we need to hit this, we need to hit that, we need to do this, we need to do that. And then let me tell you what the Most High did. He said, "No, you're not doing any of that." He put people in our way because you have to understand if we're going to do this in Tanzania and then we're going to do this in Malawi and Uganda, we're not even. You understand how big this is? We're not even. I gotta make a phone call because looks like Rwanda and South Africa are next, and
Hmm.
Nigeria are next. There's a lot going on, family.
A whole lot. Don't even.
So
I don't think they know. I don't think they know half of the stories. Half of it. I don't think they really realize how much is involved and how many people. Like now, I mean, I'm waiting for the sister to call me back. I'm trying to get a hold to realtor who can work with us internationally while we can take on land. I mean, buy land while we still in the United States. Where we
yes,
what paperwork we need. So the sister Mary Rosemary, she has that information.
yeah,
So she's going to call me back later on. Then I'm gonna call that person, see can I meet with them. You know, man, just have a great deal of productivity for our people. For when that time comes, we have a relationship with these brothers and sisters, and we know how to move.
that's
That's
correct.
the beauty of it, man. That's what I'm trying to hang. Well, we have a network where we can move. Oh yeah, we heard about you, African Americans Quest to Unite Africa. Yeah, that's
It's
that's
yeah,
that's all it's about.
it's a network, and listen, the Gentiles are in here taking notes. They're in here taking notes. Look, listen, they're already in here. They're listening. They're gathering the information. Shout out to brother Nate. These things are pivotal because why? Because remember, well, we needed to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps, and now we're pulling ourselves up. Brother Don P. Shalom. Let's. We're clocking
All right,
3 minutes.
Karis, before
Yeah,
you go,
yeah. Go
Karis,
ahead.
is there a problem with the websites
I
where
don't.
there's a sister
I don't.
say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to take a look. I've been trying to get some things done with that because yeah, it was timing out on my end because I'm trying to make sure that we're getting things configured. So sorry family. Yeah, be patient with us. This is, believe it or not, that's one of the hardest things to do, to make it very user friendly and have that level of interactions that's appropriate for what we're doing. We're not trying to have no janky website. That's the whole thing. We're trying to make this thing as user friendly as quick as click through lists, right? 3 clicks or less type of navigating that creates that enjoyable experience. So we are working on that. And so give us time. I wanted to be done with that by yes or tomorrow, excuse me, the Friday the 21st. So we're still working on that. We're still working on that. So yeah, but I thank you all for visiting. But yes, we're still working on that. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
All right, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and fall on off. I got to make a phone call and call this
Yeah, get
the
yeah,
lawyer
get
real quick.
yeah, get the work done. Get the work. But thank you for the updates. Hallelujah.
All right, now I'll talk with you, brother.
All right.
All right, shalom.
Shalom. Yeah, they're listening, yes, don't make sense. They're listening and they're trying to repeat it, but the problem is that they don't have any power in their hand to do anything. It's a different situation on the land. It's not what it was in 2019 nor 2020. It's very different. Brother Don P. Yeah, I got to give
This
you
is
that
Don,
three
brother
minutes
Don
because
P.
I can't. I got
This,
things to do. My
this,
website
this,
is.
this,
I
this
got
is
to make
brother
sure my
Don.
website's good. Go ahead, brother Don P.
This is brother Don P with the passport report. If you're in New Jersey, the forecast looks
It's
good for you
good for
to
you to attend
attend a
a
passport fair.
passport fair.
Yeah, Don P. It
Don,
sounds like
Don
you're
P, it
coughing
sounds
in
like
the
you're
corner.
coughing in the corner. I don't.
Are you in a closet
Are you in a
talking?
closet talking?
Somebody just came
Somebody
in and it
just
just
came
stopped.
in and it just stopped.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm gonna put them on mute. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, brother Don P. You sound like you're talking miles away.
Um, I got a headset in that usually works well, but you know, but that echo came in. But at any rate, if you're in New Jersey, they got a bunch of passport fairs at the post office. I actually got really good information from a young lady, and so I get to mail my stuff in expedited. Um, man, I keep seeing because they're doing a lot of gentrification here, so you're seeing a lot of new buildings that people aren't living in,
Mm-hmm.
and I just keep seeing those scenes of burnt out buildings in the city. It's like this is coming,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Those
and
15-minute cities are going to be for real.
oh yeah, I was telling, I mean, oh man, I was like giving somebody the business today. Oh yeah, this brother is very focused on this world because man, it was on a wealth show. I was like, you're doing this for what? And my wealth advice is this: why don't you invest in some place that's gonna exist? Why are you building in a burning house?
Exactly.
Why? I mean, it's like I said, they're letting this place go. The infrastructure is falling apart. That's why you're seeing all the money being washed. Trillions of dollars are being washed. People are getting paid because the jig is up and the Negroes are about to be gone. This is crazy. Hey, Sister Betty, I'm gonna talk to you. But but yeah, This is crazy, man. This
Shalom,
is crazy,
family. I'm
and
sorry to cut in. Y'all know I'm standing at the board in this preschool.
Yeah.
oh, you can
Shalom,
always cut in, sister.
grand
Go ahead.
rising.
Go ahead.
I'm up here working, but I got y'all in my ear so the kids can't hear y'all.
Yes. Hallelujah. Yeah. So Brother Michael did reach out to your son. So that's good. That's a great coordination effort. Look, anytime we're able to even talk and move around and things of that nature, we're doing honestly outstanding. Sister Betty, I'm gonna try to roll up on you. I'm gonna say tomorrow, after Brother Oil
Tomorrow
and I, yeah, after
is
Brother Oil
Friday.
and I, yeah, it's Friday. Yeah.
You talking about rolling up to Polk County
Well, yeah, I'm gonna be
or
in
calling me?
Osceola. No, I'm gonna be in
Yeah,
Osceola,
okay.
so I might as well just
Okay.
roll down. You know what I'm saying?
Might as
Just
well
take that
make sure you
I-27.
and come on down. Make sure you hit me up, Caris, to make sure I'm gonna be I'm gonna be around, but
Yeah,
the cafe is closed. But if I know that you're coming down, I'll go ahead and open up the cafe, and you can just meet me there.
yeah,
We can
yeah,
just meet up at the
absolutely,
cafe.
absolutely. I
And
think I
I
still have your number.
have
Yeah,
my
so I think
have
we'll.
my other son to also meet us there because your Arthur told me last night that him and Michael did meet, and
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, Arthur was supposed to leave tomorrow, but he's going to maybe possibly have to stay a little longer,
Hmm.
possibly because
Yeah.
it's nothing like what people say it is.
No, no.
It's
it's
not,
it's
cares. It
it's
ain't.
not.
It's
But
not that.
that's the whole thing. We're trying to make it easier for our people
Yeah,
because you have to
absolutely.
understand. You have to understand, and I've dealt with this for a while in terms of understanding international business, understanding how things work, right? It works when you have an organization that has been established there that makes those connections. That's how it worked for them folks for so long. We're just now starting to understand that. And now, if you've done that, guess what? Now you can bring those skills. This is what we're doing. We're bringing that skill set. So now we can allow ourselves to be able to move in that manner, in that likeness. Because believe it or not, they do want to interact with us, they do want to do business with us. And what it is that they see a future with us.
Yes, yes. I know we're laying down the foundation for our family to come on down, and that was the biggest part of everything. You know, if we don't, then we're gonna sit back and wait on somebody else to do it. We can't sit back and wait on nobody else to do it as this economy here fall down to the ground. We don't
Hmm.
have no time to waste or wait. What we're doing it and we're doing it now. Whatever little
Yes,
obstacle that may come, we're gonna leap over those obstacles and keep it moving. 'Cause I don't
absolutely.
expect it to be, just so and it's not a piece of cake. No, it's not. But look, we built a country that wasn't a piece of cake for us to do either.
No,
We built even when they was persecuting us, murdering us, and killing us. We still thrived, and
absolutely.
that's the same attitude we have to have going back home. We have to have that same attitude no matter what. We still gonna thrive because that's what Judah do.
Hmm.
That's what Judah do. That's why we build. We will continue to thrive. And look, family, I'm gonna jump on off John P. I'm glad to hear from you, my brother. All praises, to the Most High for you coming on back in with us. We appreciate that very much. And with that said, family, I'm gonna still be listening, but I'm jumping off because I gotta finish my morning routine at the school.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Sister Betty.
Thank you,
You know
Sister
what?
Betty.
I'm
Shalom.
in great appreciation of what, and this is why I supported, what you guys are doing, Karis, and I'm appreciative of Sister Betty because yes, we going into a slot that is not where we normally go. It's easy for us to move like in and out of Europe like it's like nothing.
Yep.
But trying to go into these lands
Mm-mm.
and trying to establish something. No, and if we had to take this individual journey for ourselves, and this is why I'm not trying to do this by myself. I'm trying to be with my family. I'm trying to be close to all my family. I'll be talking to Betty later because I'm trying to be close to my family. I don't care what nobody else do because there is an importance about us sticking together as a group to be able to get things done and also to be able to watch one another's back. This is no joke. And so, I mean, that's just really been impressed upon my spirit that we have to, because the only people that understand us is us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just really thrilled that the Most High has led me to a place where I can belong because my family, my blood family, man, they lost, man. They lost.
Mm-hmm.
I keep praying for them, try to talk to them, but they lost,
Yeah.
and so we just got to keep it pushing because this thing is wrapping up, man. I keep seeing, like I said, keep seeing all these new buildings they built for habitation burnt down.
Yep.
So anyway,
All right. Thank you, brother Don P. Let me get brother Fast Nickel and the Cetros. Shalom, brother Fast Nickel.
Shalom. I won't be long. I just wanted to comment. My brother Don P. They tell me I don't sleep, but I don't think he sleeps because I speak to him at 2 in the morning. He's up at 5 in the morning his time to be on your show, so he don't seem like he sleeps either.
Mm-mm.
But
Nobody's sleeping. I listen.
nobody's
I think I
sleeping.
only had like 3 hours of sleep last night, maybe. And
Wow.
I'm like, Father, I need your help. But but there's a lot of work to be done. And I think that's where my concern is at. But go ahead, brother Fast Nickel.
Well, one of the things I wanted to say is it seems like now more and more of us that are coming onto your show, Brother Yakova, etc., we're all trying to do stuff. But is there a mailing list set up where all of us can sign up to so that whenever, whatever's going on, someone could just send out a general email to all of us in that list that we can stay informed of, where people are going, etc. And if there's not, I'm happy to set one up for you guys.
Yeah, we're getting all that established. We're going to try and do that through Mailchimp, right? To have either weekly newsletters and things of that nature.
Okay.
So we can get that rolling. So our function is a little bit different because right a lot of people are focusing. Yeah, Tanzania is great, right? But this is a quest to unite Africa, right? We're just having the launch point out of Tanzania because of how established it is, but we're quickly coming through to make inroads on a plethora of of other um, of other ventures that's opening up, and I'm telling you, it's opening up very, very quickly. And so yes, that's what that's that's what we're gonna have, right? Of course you'll have do you want to sign up for the mailing list or this or that? Do you want all of those disclosures that you have to have so you don't just spam people and then they get mad. But at the same time, you know we'll definitely try to provide like emergency alerts or something else like that, because of course, you know um with whatever we're seeing within the Teo community, we're gonna obviously roll with that, and we'll try to see how we can integrate that. So believe it or not, I am working with Yakoba on the background so we can be a bit more integrated, right? And that's what we need to do as a community. We have to have, the integration, because we do like to, you know, just generally speaking as a people. I'm gonna say generally speaking as people, we like to be on our own islands, right? And I've even had this, in um just within Question Night Africa, we're dealing with personalities, right? But that doesn't mean that because we're dealing with personalities that changes anything. It just means that we have to be more patient and understanding of each other during this time, because we haven't had that in a while. Being able just to be patient with each other, just being able to understand, you know, what flaws we carry. Everybody has flaws. Everybody has a blind spot.
Correct.
So I always have to ask the Most High, I'm like, Father, help me, so I don't, so whatever flaw, whatever blind spot, whatever pride that may swell in me, that you just, you take a hold of it and you remove it, because I am not perfect and I'm not anyone to talk about perfection at all. So all I can do is just follow him and just leave behind the flesh that's tripped me up. It's
Right.
a it's easy to talk the talk, it's harder walking the walk.
That is so true. Well, my background is graphic design, and the company I work for, I'm their email marketer. So when it comes to
Oh,
email and
we
stuff like
need
that,
you. Yeah, we need you. Definitely send that email to me, and then we'll get you hooked up with Sister Fatea. Yeah, because that's going to be part of our public relations media department. So yeah, we definitely need that. So
well,
if you have time to,
I'll put my phone and my email in the chat, in the private chat.
yes,
Don
please.
P has my number and I have his, and because I'm in Orlando, I know you and Sister Betty are in Florida,
Oh, you
so
in Orlando, man? Why don't
yeah,
you reach out to us?
I don't know how to.
All right, put your stuff in the chat because you're in Orlando. All right.
Yeah, so I'll
So
put it in the
so
chat.
fast, Nico. Your brother
Yes.
slow time will be giving you a call when I wake up after I get a few hours of sleep.
Okay, just don't keep me up past 2 a.m. when you know I got to get up in the
No,
morning.
no, no. I'm gonna call you during the day. I'm gonna call you during the day. I looked at everything. So yeah, we gonna definitely talk because I looked at everything, and I
Sounds
was
good.
just putting everybody in my phone book. Putting everybody's information that I had into my phone book and arranging it. As all my star people, so that when I go to my phone book, boom, you guys are right there. I ain't got to go
Yeah,
through this
because
whole, list of years of collections of phone numbers that are irrelevant. I need to have my people that are important up front. So yes, so I was just doing that today, and I was just, looking. I was like, oh yeah, I got to call him. I got to call him. So I looked through everything. Hey, yeah, it all looks good. It all looks good, and we can definitely do something. I would love. Hey man, I would be honored. I'd be honored. So let's talk about that later. I'm gonna get a few hours of sleep, and then I'm gonna give you a call.
sure. And it's important because, as you all know, as we know what's going on, and as things get worse, we're gonna need to band together because we're gonna have a target on our back.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, let me move on here because I know I'm trying to roll through some things. Says I can only give about 3 minutes, and then I got to get rolling. So there's a
Sure.
lot of things moving. So let me get over to the Cetroses in Nigeria.
Hello.
Shalom to the Cetroses.
Shalom, shalom. Good day, everyone. It's nice to be here. Our covenant awakening is an opportunity. I have some areas I would just like to quickly state some things. Number one, I want to tell us a little story. There was a story I uploaded on my channel yesterday. It was about a young lady that was in one of the Western countries, and she's been sending money down to our home blood brother in Nigeria. The arrangement was for her to help to help her in building a two-story building. After working for close to about 30 years in the Western country, she came back to the country only for her to discover that the brother has not done virtually anything commensurate to the money that was sent. She almost she almost do not know what to do with her life.
Mm.
That's just one out of millions, let me not say millions, one out of thousands of stories across the continent of Africa. Seeing that fellow brothers and sisters are willing to come back to Africa, I think you need a little bit of reorientation by someone that is living right on the soil of Africa, which by God's grace you are getting this free. Let me quickly state this: whether it is in the Western world or in Africa, human beings, especially those that do not have value for God in terms of character formation and the likes, they can misbehave and they can undo a whole lot. And I've also been seeing that majority of us, we are paying attention to a particular country. Is like our country of interest is Tanzania. Fine, Tanzania is good, but let me also tell you, uh, one of the lessons you learn from Babylon, one of the lessons you learn from Egypt. Even Jesus Christ had to be taken back to Egypt to understand the mysteries of how Egypt operates. Fellow believers, don't be overly trustful, in the sense that you need to do some research about whatever country you are going to,
Mm-hmm.
because apart from just living there, you also need to be economically empowered. You need to be doing something afterwards so that you can sustain yourself and the ministry that God has called you into. I discussed something like this with a lady, a middle-aged lady that was trying to move from United States of America to Tanzania. I told her, I said, before you settle down in any of this country, take a trip down, go through, go to Tanzania, go to Ghana, come to Nigeria, come to several places. But I think her mind was made up. Getting to Tanzania, she settled down in Tanzania. She didn't bother to just take a trip down to Nigeria to find out what opportunity lies in Nigeria. Let me tell us, they scare a lot of people, especially blacks in the Western country. They scare us from coming back to Africa. And more scary news are also going around with respect to Nigeria. Let me tell you, any country in the world have both the good, the bad, and the ugly. It is your own duty to do your own due diligence so that you can settle well, sink in well. And one of the things that will help you to sink well is what I call cultural reorientation. Please don't be annoyed with what I'm about to say. No matter how black you think you are, the mere fact that you have stayed so long out of the black original community, you have been influenced with some characters, with some behaviors that is associated to the Western culture, to the Western world. And it is very easy for an average African to pick you out that you are not part of them somehow. I'm trying to be very, very blunt here, so please don't be annoyed with what I'm saying. They tend to discover you that, wow, this person doesn't sound like us, doesn't look much like us. And by the time you just decide to fly into Africa, you are not properly reorientated on how to sync with the community you are coming into, so as to make yourself invincible in terms of You are not being seen as a Westerner. You might be calling for trouble. Might be calling for trouble in the sense that they will be hiking the price for you of anything you want to do. They will be cheating you. They'll be seeing you also as somebody that doesn't belong to them. So all these calculations, all these permutations are what you need to start doing. If you are going to Tanzania, what's the language they speak in Tanzania? Especially where you want to reside, you need to start learning how to pronounce their words, how to dress down like an ordinary Tanzanian, that you are operating on a low profile. It is only you that know the mission you have come into Africa to do. And you also not behave like Joseph. Joseph was like somebody that was eating hot soup, in the sense that he was getting the revelations about his destiny, but he was so much in a hurry to divulge the vision to his brothers that were not actually his brothers in the same mindset. And that led to over how many years of his life in slavery. So I'm saying this so that we prepare our mind perfectly well. We sync ourselves now. If you are coming to Africa, where am I going to? And I'm going with my children. We should just turn it to a play mood in learning their languages, speaking their languages. If possible, you can get subtitled videos of films coming from that part. You read, oh, this is the meaning of this. And I will also say that before you settle down, take a trip to one or two or three countries.
Hmm.
Nigeria still remains, forget about whatever is happening in Nigeria. Nigeria is just a battleground for the best of the best. That's why the Western world are not ready to give over Nigeria, because once Nigeria is left to blossom, the whole of Africa is transformed. This is a country that has over 200 million people, intelligent, hardworking people, that some of the youth that we have here, they've only been negatively impacted because of the side effect of the Western influence that is making some wrong people to be at the end of affair. But still, majority of the countries in Africa, including Tanzania that you are going, let me tell you, they are having the Western world has so infiltrated them that they are having their influences on any of this country. So what is best is you look at it. If you are coming with ideas that you believe that will sell, where is the market? Do your research very well. I stand to be corrected, but I can tell you authoritatively that Nigeria still has the best, in short, the largest market in Africa.
Hmm.
Then you can also look at Ghana. Ghana is also a good place to be, because the president of Ghana has been trying his best in bringing out his people out of the Western control. He just stopped the total exportation of cocoa to Netherlands and the likes. And another country I would like to mention is Rwanda. People should not fall for the story of Kagame as a, what's it called, as a terrorist or as a threat to African country. Rwanda is a threat to the Western world, especially the United States. And as such, they want people to desist from looking at that country with a good eye. That's a very good country with promises, but when you compare the market size in Rwanda with Nigeria, is a very far away cry. And I will just want to summarize my discussion by saying, please, before, if you have a big mind of doing great things, go through, do a shopping. Don't go with with your families at first. Shop around. We know
Yes.
the time is there. Shop around. Look at each of these countries. By the time you come to Nigeria, you will now discover that, oh, even if they say there is crisis everywhere in Nigeria, it is not so. There are so many places that are still free of crisis. It's only for you to know, to have somebody in that will tell you, okay, this is where it's safe, this is where it's not safe. If you are talking of the north, you are talking of risky part. If you are
Hmm.
talking of the some places in the east, some of them are being or what's it called, attacked by even some person that I don't want to mention online, because
Hmm.
the East is also a good place. Now,
Yes.
when you talk of the western part of Nigeria, I tell you, especially when you talk of Lagos, Google, don't believe anything I'm saying. I'm just saying this with passion because I see you people have dreams, you have a whole lot that you want to come and transform Africa. If you bring this into Nigeria, if you bring some of your ideas into Nigeria, you will be shocked. You will be shocked how fast it will grow, because one thing with Nigeria is they are highly receptive to foreigners. They tolerate foreigners, especially in the western part. Google up this people they call the Yoruba people,
Hmm.
Yorubas in Nigeria. The Yoruba people have the best tolerating lifestyle in Nigeria and also in Africa. The Don't believe my word for this. Google it up, do your research and the likes. You can easily relate with people from the west. You can get western part of Nigeria. You can get acclimatized to their situations and the this thing. You learn the tricks on how they operate their businesses. When you come to Lagos, what it will take you to achieve in so many of these other countries that you are all concentrating at. I will believe that it's better that you people spread into different countries and see the
Yes.
receptibility that I'm talking about, because Lagos, as we speak, you see countless numbers of whites, Chinese, and the likes, Indians, Lebanese, trooping down to Lagos. They are owning businesses, they are owning spas, they are
Mhm.
making good money from here. And I will just say this: if anybody is willing to come to Nigeria, Cetros Foundation can help you to just go around, see
Mhm.
for yourself. Don't see for yourself. Then when you now leave this country, you go to other countries, you will now see the difference, especially when you have the right set of people on ground to guide you. You will see the truth. Don't just move your family to a place because you've seen stories that is good. But please remember, you have a mission to fulfill, and that mission cannot exist without finances.
Mhm.
And your finances has to be constant, reoccurrent, and the likes. And Nigeria has that capacity to turn your effort into a very yielding, mighty yielding influence. And from Nigeria, you can spread to other countries. I'm telling you. So please don't mind me that I'm mentioning over and over Nigeria. I'm just telling you Nigeria is good. Forget the bad stories. In any country, you have the bad people there, you have the good people there. But when it comes to business, when it comes to meeting large numbers of people to influence their world, change their world, you have millions of people, millions of lives to be touched there. And there is access to transactions with the world much in Nigeria than any other African countries. So please, let's spread it. Go to Rwanda, go to Ghana is also a very good. I usually say this on my live stream. I envy Ghana because Ghana has a good president that is trying his best to make sure the place works. He just stopped
Mhm.
the. He's just making sure that industrialization is coming into his place. But let me tell you, the population of Ghana, the whole of Ghana, is not up to the population of Lagos.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
Lagos is just a state in Nigeria.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. No.
please,
Let me
Brother
back
Cetros, I'm gonna give you a
let me
call
back.
too. After I get offline here. Again, for those that are here or that are coming in, we're gonna limit it to 3 minutes. I just kind of gave you a little grace, Brother Cetros, because since you're on the continent and you can give us more. Look, again, the goal was Quest to unite Africa, right? And so, so yeah. Let me call you because I got to get you in with some of these particulars because we're gonna have to move. very quickly. And so, no, you absolutely provided great information because, you know, and I've been an advocate for this. Don't just settle down because people say, "Oh, it's this, it's that." Look, you got to get on out there and see it for yourself. There may be, before it's all said and done, people may be living five, six, seven different countries. You know what I'm saying? But at least there'll be an access, or there's communities that's there. There's touch points that's there, that can make it happen. So we're trying our best because here's the thing: Africa is 54 countries. 54 countries. There's no other continent on the world that has that amount of countries. There's not. So, there's that's still a substantial amount of connection and connective tissue that has to be built up. So, I definitely appreciate Brother Cetros's his input, because that's something that we need to hear, especially from someone on the ground. Hallelujah. Brother Ministeric, yeah, I can only give you a little bit of time, so
I'm gonna
I'll
be
get
very
you on
brief.
3 minutes.
Uh, okay, I put my email, the same name I have on this title. That's at gmail.com. Uh, I had a problem finding Brother Citro's information. If you could email that to me. I'm not going
Hmm.
to talk a lot on these things. How the Most High deals with me when I hear these discussions, he just highlights what's in the Word, what it is before when people talk about things. And I'll be very brief. Uh, we are Hellenized Hebrews.
Hmm.
They had an issue with them, between them and the people who had been closer in the faith, and the ones that had been uh, influenced by the embryos, the genesis of the West. And he's right. We need to be made savvy. There were some things he said. Again, I'm not going to elaborate a lot. Say if I'm going in my retirement, he said about buying a building over there. If you did that now, and I'm going to talk to him about it, could you have a landlord over there to operate it till you were ready to go or stuff? So those are things. So put his information in the chat. My email's in the chat. Send me that and send me the link for the Zoom. I'm not as internet savvy or have time to even be as much apparent. So if you could just get me in the loop, and that's all I wanted to talk about this morning. Once again, you're doing a great job. We're praying for you. And I want to know what the equipment to amass and those details, which are going to be handled in the Zoom. And you got my personal email. Feel free to use that and get me in the loop, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so I have a few phone calls I got to make this morning. I definitely want to reach on out to Brother Cetros and kind of see what's there, so we can be able to make those connections. Brother Ministeric, he put his email in the private chat, so definitely copy and paste it, and I'll email that on over to you, because I know that I have you on my email. Um so
Thank you.
um yeah, now I see you all's emails, folks. I see that how you can help. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need truck drivers. We're gonna definitely need truck drivers. You're gonna have to, we're gonna have to get some hauls going when this equipment, starts coming in, and we're gonna need to have ways to, get that on over, get that equipment locked down. You need a load master, right, for that heavy machinery, making sure that it's nice and secured, right. And then as it gets to get containerized, we need to make sure that it's in the container the right way when it gets to the port. There's a lot of different operations that go on in this. And let me tell you, it's not going to be easy, but it's definitely doable. And, um, so I am, I am, you know, I'm gonna give you all what we're doing. We have some brothers and sisters on out there in the community that have been that are able, right, to do that work, and they've been involved in that work. So that's something that's, that's not out of the realm of possibility. Matter of fact, it's possible. We're making it happen because we have the quotes, right? So now we just have to get all we have to get now is you know the things flowing there. So there's someone in one of the ports here in South Florida that I'm getting ready to connect with. They hadn't been available because that rainfall in South Florida messed up a lot of the port operations, especially for oil and gas and things of that nature. So I can only imagine what they're going through in those ports there in South Florida. So that's kind of that's kind of hindering a few things. But guess what? The Most High's faithful, and everything will work on out because we have a lot of incredible avenues that the Most High always provides. He does without fail. It's always without fail. So with that, I'll do final comments. Any final comments? I'll start with the Cetros. I know that they're in Nigeria, so I'll let them give a closing.
Okay, it's an honor to be here. Just like we've been having good time uh, since yesterday, and I believe that God will really direct our path so that we pick the right place, we settle down in the right place, and we accomplish our vision fast in life. That's all I'll just say.
All right. Thank you, Brother Cetros.
You're welcome.
Let me put you in the back. Brother Ministeric.
Uh, just one thing more. Again, thank you. And I'm noticing some incredible people that are based in Chicago, and we share a lot of the same ideas. So if there's a mechanism, for that, again, you have my information, and any way I can be of assistance to what they're doing on this or other ministry they're doing in the area, because I'm still seeking an active. I'm used to being in active congregations, and I've been basically basically cyber for about a year and a half, and just doing my own ministry and different. It's I like working with people. I like working with other organs of the body. So the Chicago people, if that's amenable or secure, say you have my information and anything you want to find out about me, the organizations and stuff, whatever. So that's all. I just again get me in the loop. I'm a worker.
All right. Thank you, Brother Ministeric. Yeah, we definitely will. Brother Don P. Final words,
Well,
final
I knew
closing
you would come to
comments.
me. I knew you would come to me. My thing is this: our head is the Most High. The Most High leads, we follow. The Most High led to set up the Dry Bones Project. That project has contributed to where we all are now,
Hmm.
and that is a foundation. And so we have to stay in step with the Most High. He wouldn't have started the Dry Bones Project if he wasn't providing a way. And folks probably didn't even see what it was when it started, but they realize what it is now.
Hmm.
So let's
Absolutely.
just stay in step with the Most High. I think you guys made the right decision. Um, even when I try to look at it on my own, I started going, okay, what are the factors? And one of the things I know, which I'm very satisfied with, is that that particular country has the fifth fastest growing economy
Hmm.
on the continent. I'm like, I'm good with that because
Yeah.
I want to go to a place that's growing, not stagnant or dying. And the Most High is just good. So let's just stay in line with Him. Let's not get out. Because I was hearing some things. It's like, oh, everything needs to be done decently and in order. And He's already given us the roadmap. So, Most High, all praises to Him. I land there.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear you. But as again, look, there's different purposes that the Most High provides, right? Some for this work, some for that work. Doesn't mean that it's not for His glory. This is all for His glory, right? And I'm glad that we have had a good a foundation in Tanzania. And that's where, look, if they have that Tanzania, or excuse me, that foundation in Tanzania, then why can't we export that to other countries on the continent? So that's the mission right there, because the mission is providing that infrastructure, providing, and those infrastructures create inroads, and those inroads create trust and understanding. So yes, Tanzania is a great model that Quest to Unite Africa is going to grow from. Okay, there's a reason that there's the tree. There's a reason that there's the sticks. It's all growing. Sister Betty Bet, final words. All right. I'll hit up Sister Betty Bet tomorrow. But I gotta get these phone calls made, family. I gotta get things done. That's why I had to, shorten this thing down. I can't have those 4-hour sessions again. Because it really messes me up, because I gotta get things done. Get things going with this website. So yeah, so I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I know, unfortunately, the time conflicts with the T3 and me um Zoom meeting. So yes, I would definitely encourage those that want to go on over there on Sunday. You know, that is absolutely, absolutely. These Zoom meetings are going to be recorded, and they'll be shared on out once we have the website established, and we're able to provide login, and the login type things, for authentication and things of that nature, because we're not trying to show everybody everything, but we're taking those clips, and guess what we're doing? We're going to share those on our Quest to Unite Africa YouTube page. Okay, so that's coming very quickly. I got to make sure, I'm checking in on that, because I don't like to. For me, there's no need to like slow up on stuff. We can launch it, and then we just build from there. You know, and now that things are going, yeah, we really got to move, and we got to show, and we got to prove. Right? It's not just proving it, to the Most High. Sometimes it's nice just proving it to ourselves. Sometimes it's nice just proving it to ourselves. Man, the Most High is really doing it. He's really showing it. Our hands are not slack, Judah. So we have to keep pushing through. We are His instrument. We are His bow. So that's where our power comes from. Hallelujah. So with that said, family, Most High willing, I will be on tomorrow. I'll just have a quick little, a quick um, teaching, and then go from there, because it's going to be a very, very, very Interesting day. Just keep us up in your prayers so we can make some great moves. We can see how things are going with this commercial realtor and see how things are going with this bank. So yeah, this is something that's truly amazing. Hallelujah. So with that said, family, shalom, salama, siemi, shalom, peace and blessings. Oh, also, keep Sister Chantel in your prayers. Okay, she is dealing with some sort of a head cold, so please keep her in your prayers. So she sent me the little voice recording on the messenger, and yeah, she's hurting, family, but she's listening in. But yes, keep her in your in your prayers. So while she's getting over that, she's been dealing with that for a few days. So that's how that goes. But yeah, so with that said, family, shalom, salama, siemi, shalom, peace and blessings, yasharel.